Once upon a time, in a small town, lived 10-year-old Max, who had formed a friendship with an elderly woman named Mrs. Johnson. Residing in one of the town's old houses, Mrs. Johnson was one of the town's most mysterious individuals, and her house resembled an old castle. However, everyone in town would talk about the most peculiar feature of her house, the ancient attic window. Among the children in the neighborhood, rumors had spread that this attic window glowed at night, or that strange figures appeared there. Max and his friends gathered their courage one day and decided to visit Mrs. Johnson's house to see the attic window for themselves. Understanding the children's curiosity, Mrs. Johnson agreed to take them on a tour of the attic. As they descended into the basement, they saw that the walls of the rooms surrounding the attic window were covered in old paintings. These paintings depicted historical events of the town and its former inhabitants. Mrs. Johnson began to tell the children a story. She explained that the paintings narrated the town's historical events and former residents, but the most important story lay just beneath that window. It was a tale of a long-lost treasure that once captivated the town. Max and his friends were spellbound by this story. In the basement of Mrs. Johnson's house, they found pieces of an old treasure map, and they began to believe that the story might be true. From that day forward, Max and his friends embarked on a treasure hunt with Mrs. Johnson. They delved into the depths of the town, following clues from the mysterious events and old stories, all the while being swept up in an exciting adventure. Mysterious occurrences and the pursuit of treasure turned into an unforgettable summer adventure for the town's children. Perhaps Mrs. Johnson's old attic window was truly a doorway to a magical place. And that's where our story ends. I hope you found this original mystery story interesting.